Hey, it's Brass Polish here, and here are Rainbow Dash, Fluttershy, and,
Right, bulk biceps?
yes, Bulk Biceps. As much as I like the name Snowflake, there is really nothing wrong with his canon name. It fits. Just like Minuet's name. It relates to her cutie mark a lot better than Colgate. I wasn't aware of that name in my first few months as a brony, and resigned to call her Colgate in my fanfic Magic Freeze Tag, even though I didn't really like it. When I found out she's also called Minuet, I thought, why the hell aren't people calling her that? I'll talk more about background character names in Act 3, as the kingpin of background characters is on her way. That was the most forceful pee ever.
Thanks, Pinkie Pie. 1, 2, 3!
Is Fluttershy having difficulty here? Or is she trying to look like it to make Bulk feel like he's not the only one? I think Fluttershy's being asphyxiated. Looks like you're down a player. I'm so glad the train animation goes up a notch in Season 5. Oh, will you get out of here?
Good luck, Rainbow Dash! It was nice of you to be part of the team that doesn't have, the strongest flyers.
So, why has Rainbow Dash selected Pegasi to join her in Ponyville's aerial relay team when they are plainly unfit to compete in any kind of flying sports event? Well, we know Rainbow Dash has always taken an interest in underdogs. She got friendly with Fluttershy and Gilda in Junior Speedster's flight camp, and she's bonded with Scootaloo, the fandom's punching bag. And when it dawned on her that Fluttershy and Bulk weren't improving, she didn't try to replace them. She tried to replace herself. She still wanted Fluttershy and Bulk Biceps to take their shot.
I am absolutely sure they won't be better than the Ponyville uniforms I'm designing for the Equestria Games.
And we will make it to the games once every pony carbo loads on my apple brown base.
Piss off! Has anyone spotted Lyra and Bonbon in this shot? Or did everyone get tired of that money shot, and instead devote their attention and interest to, them bronze medalists? No one seems to acknowledge those two in this episode. I'll be honest and say, I never caught on that people portrayed them as a lesbian couple until I saw Thespio's first impressions of Rainbow Rocks video. If I hadn't seen that before I saw Slice of Life, I might have shit myself in confusion.
Which means every pony out to
2 more days of practice, then we'll see you in the air, Rainbow Dash.
People have called this the extended version of Rainbow Dash's encounter with the Shadow Bolts. I don't agree. Rainbow Dash had never heard of the Shadow Bolts, and when given time to think, she realized this, and so it was easy to decline the offer. Whereas the Wonderbolts are her heroes. It's a lot harder to say no to them for her.
You're the first flyer, so let me see you flap it!
Suppose Rainbow Dash had agreed to join the Shadow Bolts. Apart from them actually being Nightmare Moon, who would succeed in bringing Eternal Night to Equestria, what do you think she'd do to Rainbow Dash once she had her?
Sorry!
We are such happy flowers. We will now sing for
Probably.
hours. Are you really sure you're ready? I mean, I don't want to take it if you're not super sure.
So, why is Fluttershy able to compete in the aerial relay sport even though she has a thing about performances? My guess is they caught her on a good day. Moods change, and with that, changes come over people, temporary or permanent. And sometimes something that, I guess, dominates your life loses strength. I've heard of people who have on and off fears, and I have something of my own. It's totally harmless, whereas Fluttershy's phobia can be damaging. But when I was a kid, I was freaked out by this one shot from the Thomas the Tank Engine episode Henry and the Elephant. I cannot explain it. I don't know why it freaked me out. But that face would have me recoiling. Eventually I came to a point where it didn't bother me, and for a while during my high school years, I could contently watch that episode recoil-free. But there were times when I would jump when this face appeared. And to this day, my uncomfortable feelings aren't consistent. Recently, I was absorbed in this shot, so much so that I devoted a week's worth of spare time to making a Riff video about the episode for my other channel. And I edited this shot so it wouldn't freak me out as much while I was editing, because I unintentionally clicked on the shot during editing and I verbally reacted, and I felt weird immediately afterwards. Now I'm looking at it and, yeah, it's only plastic. Well, it couldn't have been plastic. It'd have melted when they pumped smoke through the chimney. Like I said before, it's an irrational fear, and I couldn't tell you why I'm freaked out by something that's so trivial that barely even measures 5 centimeters in diameter. But the fact is, it isn't always there. Sometimes I'm freaked out, sometimes I'm not. Now with Fluttershy, she's mostly afraid of performing for an audience and possibly screwing up. But there may have been a shift in her mood and her stage fright isn't nagging at her at the moment. Maybe Rainbow Dash noticed this, and this is why she asked Fluttershy to join her team. She wanted to take advantage of Fluttershy's impermanent, calm, and fearless mood. I do see a wrinkle in this theory, though. How could Rainbow not have known that the dormancy of Fluttershy's stage fright wouldn't last? It sort of did last, because Fluttershy did perform quite well in the Equestria Games, but between that and this, we had Philly Vanilli, where Fluttershy was cacking herself in the spotlight. I suppose Rainbow Dash, like a lot of viewers, thought the change in Fluttershy would stick. And while she did hold herself together both at the tryouts and during the competition, the Ponytone stuff in between those events is a bit off-putting.
Wanna be our third?
I don't know. My team really needs me to be at my...
God, he's got bigger tits than... Okay, that one I needed.
By the time the race comes around, this is your chance to fly with the winners.
So why does this episode portray the Wonderbolts as winning obsessed? Because they're the best. They're accustomed to it. There would definitely be a scene if they lost a flying competition to a jock, a weed, and a spa employee.
Rainbow Dash.
How funny would it be if someone smeared bubble soap over those hoops? Actually, that might be considered an active sabotage. Get that much soap in your eyes and you'll be flying in the special Equestria Games.